This is Leah with Backyard Homestead in Starkville, Mississippi, and I am out. It is Sunday, February 9th. I'm out here in the afternoon, and I wanted to show our plum trees in bloom. And it's pretty early in the season for it to be blooming, and I haven't seen many pollinators out. And the past 2 years ago we got one plum, and last year I don't remember seeing a plum. So we may have had a few little green plums, but they never ripened. So someone suggested we get out and hand pollinate these. So I have been out here hand pollinating, just taking a Q-tip and going from bloom to bloom and just hand pollinating these guys. And I've seen, while I've been out here doing this, there's one, just like some little black bugs on here, just tiny little, they look like maybe some kind of little wasp or bee. So there are some little pollinators around, just not a whole lot of them. But I'm out here hand pollinating these, and there's another one of those little black flies or black wasps. So we'll see if it makes a difference. I'm going to do everything I can reach my hand, and I have a tiny little step ladder. So everything at the bottom, low on the tree, will be hand pollinated, and then things at the top won't be. So let's see if that makes any difference in getting some plums this year. But it'd be nice to actually get some fruit off this tree. Over here beside the plum tree is our pear tree, and it is not starting to put out any blooms yet. It's not doing anything, so it's still early for it. But underneath the pear tree we planted garlic, and it's starting to come up and do pretty nice. Got a nice little stand of garlic out here. See, over here beside the garlic and underneath our plum tree, these are our bunching onions, or our multiplying onions, and they're doing great. We've been clipping off of them a little bit and having them with dishes that we're cooking. Over here we have two different kinds of mustards growing. We've been eating off of these a little bit. And behind this tree, these are our two peach trees. And they're starting to bloom, just starting to put out pretty little blooms. So hopefully we'll get some peaches again this year. That was really nice last year. This tree, in between the peach trees, are our cherry trees, and they're just starting to bud, but not showing any color yet. We peek through the hedgerow. It's definitely looking like spring out here. Here's our daffodils, and they're starting to bloom. They look really pretty. So we've got our daffodils over here, then our elaeagnus hedgerow, and then the peach trees blooming behind that, so that's pretty nice. Kind of fun. Starting to look like spring around here. Over in this section of the garden, we had lettuce and just some ryegrass growing, but the lettuce wasn't doing much, so we went ahead and weed-eated this down and raked it up and getting it ready to set out some plants we have started in flats on the patio when they get a little bit bigger. This row, these are our onions. We ordered candy onions again from Dixondale Farms this year because they did so well last year. And this year we ordered our regular candy onions, but then we also ordered some red candy onions. So we have those planted in this raised bed, and over here in this raised bed we have more onions, and they're starting to look nice. They're starting to put out a little new growth in the middle. We have broccoli over here, not doing anything, and some Lola Rosa lettuce that we started from seed. And it's kind of just sitting here too. It's not doing a lot, but got a good stand of it if it'll start growing. And these are flats of seeds we have started, just a bunch of different spring crops. When they get big enough to set out, I'll come back and show you these and show you how they're doing. And over here, we have more of the candy onions in these rows beside our strawberry bed. And the strawberries are starting to put out some new growth, so hopefully we'll have some strawberries soon. And over here, some more mustards, just planted from seed. They're not doing a lot yet, but hopefully they'll get big enough to pick some of these and eat soon. The city finally came back, and we've had this kind of open ditch for a long time, but the city came back and finally built our chain link fence in between our yard and our backyard neighbor's yard. So we've got our chain link fence back, and then there was so much clay and just horrible dirt that had been overturned in all this whole ditch process, that we just seeded ryegrass over it and we're letting it grow. And maybe after it dries out a little bit, after all this muck dries up, we are planning to turn the chickens loose on this and let's let them have a little chicken party in the ryegrass, and hopefully the ryegrass will get matted down what the chickens don't eat, and the chickens will fertilize it out here and start building some decent soil back here. So that's about all that's going on right now. Got some good, nice little stand of garlic, and our onions are doing well, and we have our candy onions planted, and we have our rows ready to set out to our plants when they get big enough. So not a lot going on yet, but got a little bit. Oh, I forgot to mention, in those pots by the onions we have carrots. It's got carrots planted in the pots, and it has just started to rain, so I guess I will turn this off and go in. Just a little update, and I haven't been on much lately. We've kind of been busy with the holidays, and also I have started I'm trying to get my specialist degree. I have my bachelor's and I have my master's, and in education there's a degree between the master's and the PhD program that's a specialist. So I'm enrolled in getting my specialist degree, so have a little less time to get out and do videos with all the coursework involved in that. But now that something's going on in the garden, I'll try to get out and update more frequently. But thank you very much for watching.